What are the best fat-burning foods for weight loss? Well, I can tell you one thing for sure. It's no secret that certain foods are better for your health, your insulin levels, and your metabolism, while other food is much worse for you. On the other hand, it's also no secret that you could still lose weight while eating foods that aren't so healthy for you, such as junk food and processed food, for example. I know that might come as a surprise to a lot of you, but it's definitely possible to even eat ice cream and still burn fat. That's right, portion size is probably the biggest determining factor of whether you'll lose weight or not. Contrary to the mainstream beliefs, you can gain weight eating healthy food like brown rice, chicken breast, and broccoli, and you can lose weight eating processed food like plain pasta and meatballs if you limit your portions. However, to achieve the best body composition after burning the fat away, it's best to eat real healthy food instead of junk food while still also controlling that portion size. So what is considered healthy real food? Well, it's definitely nothing that you buy that has a picture of what you're buying on the front of the box along with a long list of ingredients. This is going to be natural, mostly single ingredient foods. For carbs, for example, you want to stick to natural sources that are low glycemic. Some examples are brown rice, yams, sweet potatoes, oatmeal, quinoa, beans, legumes, lentils, all bran, ezekeil cereals and breads, and brown rice pasta. Any kind of carb that digests slowly and doesn't spike the insulin is a great choice. Even moderate glycemic carbs, such as fruit, are okay when trying to burn fat, but again, it's all about portions. If you're planning on eating 6 fruits a day plus other carbs, you're not going to lose weight or burn fat. Focus on getting 1 to 3 servings of carbs per day, depending on how much you weigh. A serving size for carbs would be considered about a fist, so a fruit would be considered a full serving of carbs if it's about the size of your fist. Next, you want to make sure that you have a lot of protein when trying to burn fat. I'm not saying that you can't burn fat on a low protein diet, but it is a lot harder than on a high protein diet. Even though for years, especially back in the 70s and the 80s, doctors were saying that bodybuilders are absolutely crazy for having so much protein in their diets, it seems that many doctors have changed their minds. And now, for weight loss, many of them advocate a high protein diet. A big reason is because of thermogenic effect of foods. Certain foods will require more calories for digestion, and many sources of protein will use 40% of their calories just for the digestion process. So in a way, you end up with a lot less calories to use for energy from protein than you do from carbohydrates or fats. When your body doesn't have enough energy from your diet, that's when it pulls that energy from your fat stores. So eating a lot of protein helps create a negative calorie balance because a lot of it gets used for digestion, and also especially because protein is also very filling. So with all that said, try to get about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight when trying to burn fat. That usually turns out to be about 1 palm of protein 5 times a day. Again, this may vary based on your weight. If you want to have 5 palms of protein in one meal and only eat once a day, you can do that. Or if you want to spread it out throughout the day, you can do that as well. Good sources of protein for fat loss include fish, especially lean whitefish, chicken breast, turkey breast, lean turkey, shellfish, Greek yogurt, lean pork, cottage cheese, tofu, eggs, and especially egg whites. And then finally, for fat, you want to have good natural sources of fat such as avocados, salmon or egg yolks, which would count as both protein and fat. Also, nut butters are great, pasture raised organic butters are good, olive oil, nuts, and coconut oil. If you're eating carbs in your plan, then you can have 1 to 2 tablespoons of fat per day, or about half an avocado per day, or a handful of nuts per day. Once again, this depends on how much you weigh. Some people will have more and some people will have less. Also, it's very possible to lose a lot of body fat through a ketogenic plan, in which you have a very high amount of dietary fat throughout the day. However, most keto plans take out carbohydrates entirely. Again, that's up to you. You can have more fat if you lessen your carbohydrates, And the same goes vice versa, obviously. The last thing that you have to remember to have is vegetables. Avoid veggies that are high in sugar like corn, peas, and carrots. Try to stick to mostly green vegetables. And don't forget that tomatoes count as fruits. Any kind of green vegetables like broccoli, green beans, kale, spinach, and chard are great. Cauliflower and peppers are good too. You want to have about 2 to 3 fists of veggies every day to help keep you full and healthy while dieting. So that's a simple guide to help you pick good sources of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats to burn more body fat. Remember that portion size is one of the most important factors and will be the #1 determining factor that makes you lose weight through your diet. Meal frequency and meal timing are mostly a matter of preference, so you can organize your macros however you want throughout the day. However, try to make sure that you have a protein source in every single meal. That's it, guys. I really hope this video has helped you guys out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a big thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe to this channel to get more tips and tricks just like this one. I'll see you guys next time.
Pump it.